Hello. For my video this week, I would like to discuss a sales call I made with one of my surgeons in the Bronx. First, I will do the actual sales call, then I'll break down why I chose this doctor, my interpretations of the sales call, and then briefly discuss how I like to break down sales in general. And then hopefully you all have some comments for me and we could discuss it further. So let's begin. Hey Dr. Rose, I was hoping I could catch you for a moment to discuss your current interest in utilizing PRP in the office. I know we spoke about it a couple months ago, and you mentioned that it's not getting reimbursed, and with your patient population, it just may not make any sense for you at this time. I just wanted you to know that we've actually been working with some doctors in Brooklyn who are actually getting reimbursed for PRP for all their no-fault patients. Do you have time to discuss this today, or did I catch you at a bad time? His response? Vince, I have 2 patients on the table right now waiting for me to operate on them. They're draped, ready to go. It's not a good time right now. I still have 12 more cases, and I have to catch a flight to my house in Pinehurst later today. My response? Not a problem, Doc. Are you going to be around next week, and maybe I'll stop by the OR and we can discuss it in the morning? Sure, no problem. Thank you. My response? Great. I'll see you then. Appreciate your time, and I look forward to talking to you. Have a good trip. And is there anything else I could do for you while I'm here? No, that's all, Vince. Alright, take care, Dr. Rose. Now, you notice my interaction, I never got to the point where I was able to give my presentation on PRP and no fault. All I did was I went to him, I told him why I was there, what I wanted to discuss, and then I asked him if he had time to discuss it. The reason why I do it that way is because if I just dive into my presentation and I don't have his undivided attention, then what's the point of the sales call to begin with? By him telling me that he doesn't have time, I know that my next step is to say, when is a good time? That way, next time I go to see him, there's no doubt in my mind that he'll remember that he told me to come back, and he'll give me a couple of minutes of his time. And that's really all I need. Now, the reason why I'm targeting the surgeon, well, first, he's the busiest surgeon in the Bronx. Second, he sees about 100 patients in his office every day, with the exception of Thursday, his OR days, where he operates on about 20 patients. 3, he has 3 PAs. So drawing the blood and spitting it down isn't going to be an issue. I know we could set up a PRP day and just get a couple machines going and spin the blood, and he could just take the injections and put it right in the patient. It wouldn't take him much time. Also, I know that he is a very wise businessman. He's involved in many different business ventures. He has a good sense for this stuff, and if it makes business sense for him, I know we could get him to do it. So for me, he's a worthwhile target in the office. Now, as far as my style of sales, I prefer the question-based method, as many of you already know. So that's broken down into interest generation first, followed by the presentation, and lastly, closing steps. Now, it seems like a lot of us in this group are phenomenal when it comes to the presentation, meaning you know the features and benefits of your product. However, the real trick is being able to uncover the needs of your doctors, so that way you can present the features and benefits that's important to them. That way, when it's time to move on to closing, it makes sense for them to consider taking the next step. So my offering to everybody in this group is to reach out to me. Let me work with you. Let me work with you and help you come out with questions that make sense that you could ask your doctors. So that way you can navigate the sales process as you deem fit. So that way when you're giving your presentation, you know you're addressing the surgeon's concerns. And then when it comes time to closing to me doesn't mean you did your presentation, now let me get a 15 kit order. It rarely ever works that way. Closing can simply be, hey doc, based on what we just discussed today, do you think it makes sense to consider taking the next step and considering a trial on one of your patients, or would something be holding you back? I'm not asking for much of a commitment except for one patient. And then I'm also asking him, is something holding you back? I want him to be honest with me. I can't solve an issue if he doesn't feel like he's comfortable opening up. I'm not going for the false optimism and saying maybe that'll work. I want there to be good two-way communication, and all I want to do is move the sale forward to the next step, whether it be a 15-kit order, an agreement for a trial, or an agreement or an appointment with a different decision maker. There are so many ways to move the sales progress forward and keep the door open for future follow-ups. And plus, this style shows that you're not there to waste their time. I'm not there to discuss with them what they did over the weekend. I'm there for this reason. This is what I hope to accomplish. Do you have time? These are my questions. Here's my presentation. And I have some kind of closing step in store. The whole conversation should take me 6-7 minutes tops, sometimes only a couple of minutes, if I really know my surgeon well. So please, I beg you all, come to me. Let me work with you, because there's so much I can learn from you all by the questions you ask me, and hopefully there's a lot that I can provide for you to help you grow in this career, sales. We all have a unique opportunity here. We have a great team. Let's all work together. And I'm willing to put myself out there for anybody that needs help. Please call me soon. Take care.